Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? I'm FlipArtz. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video. We're here on Chapter 2, Season 5, as you guys can see, and a lot of things have actually changed within this season. A lot of features have been removed. Along with that, a lot of features have been added, and of course, that happens with every season. I think you guys are used to that by now, but I figured for those of you guys that might be new here, or just not really paying attention as well, there are things that have changed just a little bit here, a little minor tweaks and stuff like that, as well as mechanical gameplay stuff that have changed as well. So I figured I would go over a couple of things that maybe you guys have overlooked or really didn't notice or didn't know that you guys could actually do within the new season here of Chapter 2 Season 5. Of course, if there's anything that I happen to miss out in this video after you guys are done watching, you guys can let me know what it is down in the comments below, and I'll make an updated video talking about all of the new things, as well as maybe even taking your comment and then posting it on the video to give you guys a nice little shout out for helping us out by producing that second video and more. But hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. If you guys do me a favor, drop an early like on this video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it like you guys have been with the rest of the other Fortnite videos and other stuff that I have here on the channel. But with that said, let's get into all of the new features and removed features, I guess, that have been added here for Chapter 2 Season 5. And so starting things off here, as usual, you guys have your lobby screen, and at the top you have all of your tabs. You have play, battle pass, compete, locker, item shop, career, V-Bucks, but we're actually missing one of those tabs, which was kind of like that social hub with all of our battle pass characters. You could go and do different things. You could go and, you know, read the comic book like it was in the last season. You could see where all your challenges are, the map, and everything like that. We don't have that tab anymore, and as well as on the left side of the screen, you guys can see we have a view quest tab. If we actually go ahead and click that, there we're going to be able to see the giant map there, of course. However, on the left there, you guys can see we have quests, we have map, and we have collections. Of course, the fish collections have returned, but we'll get into this a little bit soon. And so speaking about all of these quests, it seems like something that they've actually removed in this season is going to be weekly challenges. So you guys can see right now I have two tabs here. I've got the alt quest, and I also have the XP quest. There's going to be more tabs as well in terms of getting gold and bounties and stuff like that, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But as you guys can see, we don't have like these weekly challenges that you guys can do. We just have a bunch of challenges that you guys can pretty much just complete as you guys are playing, and they will reward you with XP. So that's basically going to be the new means of you guys getting XP, grinding out, farming XP when you guys are trying to level up in this game. Along with that, you guys can see that we have all these different Fortnite skins here on the left there. We've got Mandalorian, we've got all these other skins, Bullseye and whatnot. And if you scroll down, you guys can see that they give you guys particular challenges to complete, and then you guys would be able to get your XP that way. And you guys can also note that based on the color of the actual like dialogue box is the rarity of that actual kind of like challenge, and it gives you a certain number of XP for completing that challenge. So for example, for the Mandalorian right now, it says to complete bounties on 14 out of 15. When I complete it, I get 22,000 XP. For this one here, it's long shot, and to do this I have to go complete 4 stages of sniper rifle eliminations, and then I will get 20k XP. And then for this one in the rare rarity in the blue, it's to get 25 assault rifle eliminations. That's 15k XP. As it goes down, chopping trees, distance, swimming, gliding, all that stuff, 15k XP in the blue. And then when we get to the green, it's going to be 10k XP for those. And you guys can see here, some of them are actually limited time. So these ones are ones that are obviously going to expire. Of course, they will come back eventually, but they do expire, and the rest of these ones don't really expire. So I guess in a way you can kind of think of these ones as your weekly challenges, but they're not really the same as what they were before in terms of like the way you could see them. In every single week there are new challenges, so even if you don't do these challenges, I would assume that these rare ones here anyway wouldn't disappear, and more of them would go along the week. And so while we're still here on this quest tab, we do have the collections like I mentioned earlier, and if we go over there, you guys can see we've added a new kind of collection, which is all of these different characters. Of course, your fish is still there, so if you guys are interested in, you know, your fish and everything, it is still going to be there. But if we go back to the characters, these are basically going to be NPC characters that you guys can interact with in the game that will give you specific things that you can do. Basically, you can go up to them and you can get bounties, you can get them to upgrade your weapons, you can buy things from them, buy weapons, buy items, things like that. And it's pretty interesting how they work. Of course, I will make a separate video here on the channel talking about basically what they do, what you guys can find for particular ones, and everything like that. And along with that, I will also make a separate video when I manage to hopefully complete all of this to give you guys the location of every single one of these characters. So basically, yes, all of this is a collection of characters. Once you interact with them at least once, it will go into your character collection. And as you guys can see, there are 40 characters in this whole thing on the Fortnite map right now, and I've managed to find at least 18 out of 40, and I do plan on making a full video to help you guys out in completing all of them and finding out where they are. You'll also be able to notice as well that here on the character screen, some of them have like this little star type of icon on them on the top left of them, and that means that you've managed to find them and that's it. And in the ones that don't actually mean that they have more than one location. So for example, the dummy here, I found him near compact cars, but he does have one other location, so I still have to go and find him. And along with that, the beef boss as well as the tomato head also have 2 other locations. I found one, I need to find the other. Alright, so jumping into the Fortnite map itself, you guys can see we've had a considerable change happen to the map. Of course, all of that is going to be things for you guys to discover yourself, but we're going to be going off to the side here. I do want to go into the 0 point itself, but unfortunately there's just way too many people going over there right now, which is kind of messing me up and trying to show you guys exactly what I wanted to talk about for this video. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but we are going to be going off to the side here and talking about all of these different crystals and stuff like that you guys can see that are scattered across the map right now. And so as I mentioned, we have all of these crystals. You have like these big pink ones, and then we have these purple ones. Now the purple ones are the only ones that you guys can actually go ahead and break and interact with, because these are going to be the ones that will drop you guys these crystals, as you guys can see here. And all you got to do is interact with that crystal, and now you're going to be given the ability to start teleporting forward. But not only that, you can teleport sideways and backwards and all that stuff too, but there is about a second delay before you can use the next ability. So that's something that you guys need to keep out for when you guys are using this. Now of course, when you guys are interacting with these and breaking them, you do get mats for them. You do get brick mats when you guys are breaking them. You'll sometimes also see that there are trees that are also lit up in this color as well, but it doesn't actually give you the crystals, so that's something you need to keep in mind about as well. And a lot of people think that when they're using this ability, they think that they have to look in this direction that they want to go to so that they can teleport, which isn't actually true. So for the most part, players would play like this, moving forward, and if they want to turn left or right or behind them, they have to go and look in that direction again, but you don't actually have to do that. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and break this down, grab this crystal, and you guys can see that even if I am moving straight and then going this way, let's say I see that guy and he's about to snipe me, I can go backwards. I can strafe to the left, strafe to the right, do a 360 and start making my way away. And that's a way that you guys can actually start using this. It's a little bit not necessarily advanced, but it's something that I know a lot of players don't know about. Now something you need to know about as well is that if you guys are using the crystals and you guys are a little too high, you guys can still take fall damage when you guys are using this. So be careful when you're doing this, because you guys can take a lot of fall damage very, very quickly. Now another new thing that they added here is they added 2 new fish. One of them is a 0 point crystal fish, which basically does the same thing as the crystals that we were just toying around with, except what that does instead is that when you guys have those, you guys can actually stack those fish. You can't actually stack the crystals, unfortunately, but you guys can stack these fish if you really need them in your inventory for, you know, what kind of techniques you guys are running and things like that. And so there you guys go. We do have the 0 point fish like I was talking about, and all we have to do is go ahead, pick it up, eat it, and now we have the ability to go ahead and start teleporting all over the place. I don't think it has a longer duration per se like the other fish or the other crystals do, so that's something that I do need to test, but I would assume that they're pretty much still going to be about the same time. So now all we're looking for now is the rift fish, if we could find that one, and then we can talk about the 0 point itself that's over there. Whew, okay, finally we found ourselves a rift fish. As you guys can see, it basically looks like a catfish, and then when you consume this, it actually ends up teleporting you up into the sky. I don't really want to interact with you right now, buddy, I swear. This wasn't it. I just wanted rift fish, please. But just as you would expect what this rift fish does, it will teleport you guys up into the sky. So if you guys are in a sticky situation, it's something that you guys can use. And speaking about the rift here, you guys are going to be able to see that I do have 100 HP. I'm going to take some damage on purpose just to show you guys that it does heal you. I'm going to go a little bit higher, hopefully not die. Boom, 56 damage here. So line myself up here, use this, and I'm gonna be right above it. And now this will actually heal you for some HP if you really need it and you're that desperate and you have a rift in hand or a rift fish. And it'll kick me out, and you'll see that I now have back up to 100 HP like before. So that's actually pretty good if that's something that you guys desperately need a hand of. Now, of course, there are 3 ways to get there. One is jumping off the battle bus, the other way is rifting, and then the other way is if you're psycho, you would go ahead and, you know, build up, but that's ways up, and if anybody sees you literally in the middle of the map doing that, you're gonna be in trouble, you know? Something else that you guys can actually do in the sand biome area is you guys can actually start to go ahead and sink into the sand if you guys don't move your character around, and you become this sand mound as so. And you guys can actually move around in the sand, and you actually go pretty fast in the sand. But if you ever reach a point where the sand ends up going onto like a dirt path, or it goes into the water, or just anything else that's not really the sand biome anymore, or something that just doesn't have enough sand in it, you're not going to be able to go and navigate out, and it'll just push you out of the sand, and you're going to be exposed again. Another thing about this as well is you also can't pick up any items when you guys are in the sand, and you can't do any like teleporting abilities or anything like that if you guys did consume 0 point crystal fish or any of the crystals itself here on the map. It's definitely really good for catching people off guard as well when you guys are playing. As you guys can see, there is a player right here. And let's see if we can just kind of Get him off. I think he's got a crystal with him. I'm not too sure. Oh, we still got him. That's unfortunate. I mean, when you get like 6 nades, what are you supposed to do, right? But there are in some cases where you can actually get away with running away in a gunfight. So for example, if there was somebody that was actually fairly close by here, we started up in a gunfight and then we had to build, I would sometimes go like this and then go ahead and let myself fall right into the sand, and this will give me time to adjust all of my class setups if I need to. And if he doesn't notice, I'll start to go ahead and start, you know, going away, maybe jump out from this side and then start to, you know, build right back on top of him or something like that. So it's definitely a maneuver you guys can do, as well as if you just need to get away, then you can use it to just go ahead and get away. I also found that it is faster than walking, obviously, because you can't actually sprint or anything like that, and you can tell that you're moving pretty fast because when you guys are actually in here, but you guys can be able to see that you guys are moving fast. Like just like when you guys are in a car or something like that, you guys see all the speed lines, the white lines come out from the top. And if you guys are ever trying to like out chase the storm or outrun the storm because it's moving too fast and you guys are in this biome, if you guys have time and you're not being shot at by anybody and you have the ability to do so, I highly suggest going into the sand and using this to your ability so that you guys can actually go ahead and get away from the storm as much as possible. Now if you do intend on trying to sneak up on people, you do have to remember that some players now are realizing that that is an actual thing, as in players are starting to notice that this whole biome in the sand doesn't actually have any sand mounds whatsoever. So if you do see one, it's most likely that that is a player that's going to be in that sand mound. And so another cool thing that I do want to show you guys is when I mentioned earlier about all the NPCs and the collection and basically all these different characters that you can interact with, this is actually one of the different locations here. And I think this is a bot. I can't tell, but I think he's a real player. He's a real player. Never mind. His name said anonymous, which was more than enough. I'm just surprised he took that much damage. But if you guys look at my minimap, you're going to be able to see there's kind of like a speech bubble, and it also pops up on the map when you get closer. This lets you know that there is an NPC here, and hopefully there's nobody around here. I guess I'm getting sniped at, but let's see if we can go ahead and interact with this guy pretty quickly here. And you guys can see we have Deadfire here. We can actually interact with him, and we have all these different options. So there's pistol damages, there's pistol eliminations, there's eliminating a player, which is for your bounty, and you can actually buy an epic pistol from this guy in particular. So we can actually go ahead and start a bounty on a player, and if we finish this, it'll give us 70 gold. Now of course you guys can actually go ahead and interact with all these other features here. Oh god. I guess that was my bounty. He was really close. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And he brought me mythic weapons? You're too kind, my friend. You're too kind. Well, you were able to see that we completed the bounty. We got 70 gold or something like that. And I also get to have this. That is awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Now, unlike in other games, for example, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone, when you guys go and complete bounties, it lets you know that you're getting closer to them, and it can actually pinpoint. In this case, it doesn't really do that for this game in particular, which is unfortunate. The person that's actually being bountied will know that you're getting closer, and it's harder for you to actually tell where they are, so they can actually just keep running away for a long time. We can interact with them again, and you can see we can do another bounty, and I don't know how many bounties you can do with a particular NPC, but I think it's a max of 3 or 4, I believe. All right, so we've set ourselves another bounty. We need to try to find our bounty within this large circle. Now the thing about bounties as well is that the circle is as big as it is because it's basically the timer to let you know that the bounty is starting to run down on the timer. So we do have, what, I think we had 5 minutes for this particular character right here. Top left, it tells you urgent quest eliminate, in this case Ricardo _ 2078, and he is moving away, so it is going to get eventually smaller, which will help you pinpoint exactly where he is. But again, the problem still is that you have to be able to eliminate him within that amount of time, and there isn't really anything here to help indicate where he is exactly. And when I've been testing this, I've never really found my bounty to be in the center of the circle, or of like this orange circle, so hopefully he is in this one, but he could be at the edge of the circle and then just moving far away. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But because we're the one that put the bounty on him, he's gonna know exactly how close we are. There's gonna be a threat level and everything. Unfortunately for us, we won't really know how close we are to him or anything like that. So you can see it moved again. Is that him right there? That could be him behind that rock. I'm not sure. Oh, he's actually right here. Perfect. Oh, great. And we have a third party. And what's great about these bounties actually is even if I don't end up getting the kill and he does, it'll still give me the count for this challenge. And actually, we're really close. He's basically one shot at this point. I'm getting shot again by a third party. That's my bounty's legs. I got the bounty kill. I got one guy right over here. And I got his legs as well. That's freaking great. So that guy's occupied over there. I got my bounty kill. I got a bunch of loot. Watch your toes, ladies and gentlemen. And so there you guys go. That's basically how bounties work. So you'll get your gold for the bounty if you end up being the one to kill them. And you'll also end up getting the gold if someone poaches your bounty for you. Oh, he's right there. I didn't even see him. Peek your head for me. Woohoo! Oh, man. That was insane. And so if you guys have been noticing, every time I end up killing people, we do end up getting things called gold bars. And pretty much what that does is it allows you guys to end up spending them for buying weapons. So when you guys saw that we were talking to Deadfire earlier, we were able to buy a pistol from him. Other people will let you buy items like healing items. For example, some of them have cabbage, I believe, have like med kits or minis or something like that for you guys. So that's something you guys can keep in mind of. Ooh, hit him for a clean 110 to the leg right there. Ah, that's so unfortunate, man. I just want to know where this other player was. Like, he's not playing? He didn't engage in this fight whatsoever? Well, there you guys have it. That's a couple of the new features you guys can know about here for Fortnite. If there's anything that I missed out on, let me know down in the comments below. But hopefully, I was able to help you guys out. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to be able to play with me, grind with me, all the good stuff, you guys can follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/FlipArtz live. The link will be down in the description below. That's pretty much where I've been streaming every single day. So if you guys want to be able to be entertained, hopefully, get some games in again, and just talk and chat, maybe just have a good time. Again, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/FlipArtz live. Again, the link will be down in the description below. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, remember to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell icon next to the subscribe button. That way you guys don't miss out when I upload a new video here to the channel. But with that said, thank you guys again for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Arts out.